Hi, Creedmoor Gun Mart TV, and this is the Savage 110 Tactical. And what I like about this is that the rifle comes in under £1,000, which in this day and age, when you're looking at prices anywhere from sort of 1,000 above, with the average sort of gun of this heavy barrel sort of varminty type hitting about the 1,500 mark or thereabouts, it looks to represent good value for money. It's a Savage 110 action, which is one of the best things they do. It's got a tang mount safety. It feeds from a 10 round PMag from Magpul. Barrel is sort of heavy medium, semi-fluted, 24 inches long, which is nice. This one's in Creedmoor, which is great, 6.5, and it's a 1/8 twist, so everything's what you need for it. The muzzle is threaded 5/8 by 24 UNEF, so no great problem getting moddy for it. It weighs about 8 3/4 pounds, so it's a reasonable weight but not too heavy. It's got a big fat extended bolt knob, and as you'll see, the stock looks quite normal or average, but it's one of Savage's new sort of things, the Accufit stock. As we should see, it offers quite a few features. Ammo for the test consisted solely of Hornaday, which is imported by Edgar brothers, so thanks for that. There's two loads here I've used before and one I haven't. Starting from the right, we have American Gunner, which is a 140 grain rotate hollow point match load that comes in a box of 50. I get the impression it's a sort of a cost-effective match style round. In the middle, we have my favourite 6.5 bullet, which I also use in my Swedish, which is the Precision Hunter 143 grain ELDX, which is a high BC projectile. They quote that at 2,700 feet per second. And finally, if we want something a bit quicker, it's the 120 grain GMX Super Performance. GMX is a non-lead bullet, and it's quoted out 3,050 feet per second. So let's just see how they get on. Fore end polymer, like the whole stock, with a little bit of a beaver tail shape to it, and with nice gripping areas, and as you can see, quite nicely fluted, and also very nicely relieved for a free flow, which is great. Moving it down, we have what was basically initially a mag conversion. It's from Magpul, they make them for everybody, and it's the 10 round PMag. In this case, it's a 308 PMag, which means it takes Creedmoor and all the rest of it. Bolt knob and handle is massive. Got a great big textured lump on the end. As always, the good old Savage Accu-Trigger, which is just a great piece of kit. This one came from a box dialed down to, I think, as low as about £2, and I think you go up to 5. But the nice thing is about these, once it's cocked and ready to rock and roll, this centre section pulls in first, which acts like a safety, but also it gives you like a first stage pull and indicates when the second one's going off. Very nice indeed. At the rear, trademark for Savage, it's the tang mounted safety. That's rear, safe, and then pushes forward to fire, red exposed. It's a lovely thing, it fits very well, and your thumb just goes to it naturally. Trigger guards, polymer, quite large, so good for a gloved finger. And the rear of the stock, well, the Accufit stock, is what we call the Accufit System, so you can put in different lengths of spacers for length of pull, and the comb section there is removable, so once you take the rubber butt pad and the spacers off, you can put different combs on. You've got a lovely squidgy butt pad at the back, which is quite nice. The gun comes with a Picatinny style rail, 20 MOA down bubble, which is what people want these days for long range shooting. 2 QD sling studs up front. I've got a Harris BRS biplane in there, one at the rear. Overall, it's a very nice rifle. Feels good, it's not too heavy. Okay, that was a Savage Tack in action. What do I think of it? On the plus side, it shoots. The American gunner was shooting 0.48 of an inch, which is very impressive. The Precision Hunter was 0.58. Surprised me, I thought it'd be the other way around, but it's just some rifles like certain things. And the Super Performance was 0.84. I've been testing quite a few 6.5s recently, and in all cases pretty much the Super Performance has gone to an inch, or just over an inch, or just under an inch, and in comparison to the 140s and 143s and even 130 grain loads, there's a significant difference in group size. I mean, 0.84 is not bad, and it's a hunting round. When the guns are capable of shooting sub half inch, then it's all a bit sort of, it becomes a bit subjective, but that's the way the ammo is. 10 round box mag, P mag, works well. I found it a little bit long. Loads and unloads fine and feeds properly, but it's just a little bit long, certainly for some shooting positions. If it were me, I'd sooner have 2 5s, but that's just a personal thing. You might disagree. Bolt handle is very, very long. It gives you good leverage for opening and closing the action, but I found if you pull back aggressively, then the bolt body will bind as it runs through the receiver, and it slows you down. But I found after a bit of time I got used to it, ISO got up to it, didn't put too much pressure, backwards and forwards like that, and that seemed to work fine. But be aware of it. Don't be too violent with the bolt, because it won't bind up and stop, but it will make operation just that little bit slower. One thing I did notice with some of the ammunition was occasionally the fired case on coming out would fall off the extractor, and that would happen sometimes if you operate the action fast, sometimes if you operate the action slow. And as it was all hauled the ammo, I can only assume that all these cases are pretty much identical in terms of dimension. Could be a fact the extractor's getting old, because this is not a new rifle, it's obviously done the rounds a bit. But in the end, you get used to a cadence with a rifle, but that can change between different types of ammo. So just be aware. I mean, that Precision Hunter, as you saw, that's why I shot through it for just to show how the gun works. That was pretty much okay, but I was sort of running the bolt at a sort of set speed and timing. So you do have to, if you do get that issue, you have to think about your bolt timing, which is something that you really shouldn't need to do on a rifle. You should just be bang, boom, boom, in and out like that. But that's it. Stock's fine. It's like a sort of heavy sport to stock. The barrel floats nicely, but I would definitely get a slightly higher cone for my needs, and certainly more length of pull spaces, because as you can see, there's my elbow joint and there's a good inch there, and I felt a little cramped, and also I would have liked to have my head up about another 1/4 to 1/2 inch, because my cheek weld was touching but not secure. However, all in all, it's a good rifle, and the thing that really makes it a good rifle is it has the potential to shoot, and it's under £1,000. I've seen 3 prices from 3 different shops in the UK: 930, I think 980, and 940 or something like that. But you know, if you're looking for a tactical type / varmint rifle, which this is, then it's probably one of the cheapest out there. But as I've shown today, it certainly does the business. So there it is, Savage 110 Tactical. It's Creedmoor signing off. If you like what you've seen, comment, tell your friends, support the site, and if you want to speak to me about anything, then it's pmore.shootingsports@gmail.com. And so until then, and next time, good and safe shooting.